Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Legendary video. So today we're going to be looking at the second Doctor Strange and the Shadows of Nightmare preview from the Upper Deck blog. Before I kind of get started, I put a community post up a little bit ago. Basically, the short is I'm taking a little bit of a break until the set comes out. I've got a couple of videos for this weekend. I'll cover any of the blog posts. I'm guessing we'll get one or two more before this releases, which is in a week. As of today, the March 2nd, it comes out on March 9th. But until I get my hands on the actual set, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. But anyway, let's kind of just jump into this here. So we have entered the Astral Plane for a demonic bargain. Okay, so through their arcane rituals, though arcane rituals may be complete, other new possibilities and keywords await Doctor Strange and his allies. Transcend present knowledge with our final preview to learn. Okay, so we're only getting this preview, which is a small box, so I guess that's a cool. So this is the only preview we're getting, and then after that we're good. With our final preview to learn of the other powers at their disposal and what they'll be up against from the Netherworld and Fear Lords alike. Peer beyond the veil of your own reality and gaze further still into Doctor Strange and Shadow of Nightmare. Demonic bargain. So this is a new keyword. Demons offer gifts of power with a dark price, hoping to corrupt the souls of mortals. These deals with the devil are especially corrupting to the powerful and arrogant. The humble are more likely to escape with their souls intact. So we have a villain group here, Lords of the Netherworld. This is Satana Hellstrom. Okay, cool. And she has fight. Choose a player to make a demonic bargain with Satana Hellstrom to rescue 3 bystanders. And then you've got Clea here, who's a Marvel Knights hero. Demonic Descent. She says you may make a demonic bargain for +2 recruit. So that player must discard the top card of their deck to see if they are corrupt by power. If the discarded card costs 1 or more, the player is too powerful and arrogant to resist temptations and gains a wound to the demon's delight. If the discarded card costs 0, then that player has been humble enough to resist corruption. Whether that player gains a wound or not, they gain the demonic bargain listed benefit. So they'll discard top card of their deck. If it's 1 or more, they're going to gain a wound. You're going to gain a wound. If it's 0, you don't, but you get the effect no matter what. So this demonic Descendant Clea card is very, very good early game. Very, very good early game. So that's really cool. And I guess this Satana Hellstrom, basically choose a player to make a demonic bargain with, which will be yourself. So you're going to discard it for the 3 bystanders. Okay. Then we've got another one of the villains here, Baron Mordo. Choose a player to make a demonic bargain with Baron Mordo to draw 2 extra cards at the end of this turn. And we have a scheme. Claim souls for demons. 8 twists. Twist 1 through 3. Each player makes a demonic bargain to rescue a bystander. If that bargain wounds that player, stack the bystander next to the scheme as a tormented soul instead. Twists 4 through 8. Each player makes a demonic bargain to gain a shield officer. If the bargain wounds that player, stack the officer as a tormented soul, and the number of tormented souls is 4 times the number of players. So basically what you're going to want in solo perspective is earlier in the game, you get those, the better. And, if you get a wound or 2, if they're discarded because of this, then you get to bypass it because it costs 0. What's really going to be cool with this is stuff where you can manipulate the card on top. So then it says some cards have a player choose which player to make a bargain with for a benefit. When this happens, think carefully about how many cards in your deck cost 0. If most of your cards are still 0 cost, it may be worthwhile to seize the power of the demonic bargain for yourself. If your deck has a lot of high cost cards, then it may be wise to choose another player to make the demonic bargain instead. When you choose a player to make a demonic bargain, that player cannot decline. That's very interesting too. That actually kind of changes it up and makes it a little more... Obviously the game is semi-co-op, but it kind of really puts the semi in that part. Because then you're kind of forcing the other people you're playing with to make some decisions. Okay, we have Astral Plane as our next keyword. The fear lords of cruel demons that move themselves and others beyond the physical world to realm of pure psychic energy. They prey on human psyche, evoking nightmare and terror. So we have the other villain group, Fear Lords. And this is I don't know how to say this. Despair. Maybe it's despair. Ambush, Despair enters the Astral Plane and captures a bystander. Fight, KO a hero. Then, if Despair was in the Astral Plane, he enters the city, ignoring his ambush ability. And then you've got the Ancient One, who is no team icon. Astral Confrontation. It's 2 recruit. You may have a villain from the city enter the Astral Plane. So it's probably going to be a space above the city. So the Astral Plane is a single unique space that exists only in games with cards that use the Astral Plane. It sits immediately to the right of the villain deck. Okay. When a villain in the Astral Plane, it has no physical form, it can only be fought with recruit, not attack. To fight a 5 attack villain, you must spend 5 recruit. When you fight a villain in the Astral Plane, put it in your victory pile and do its fight effect as normal. When a villain enters the Astral Plane, any villain already there escapes. This causes all the same effects as if a villain has escaped the city, including KOing, HQ, discard, etc. So that's cool because, so it's 1 space. But it's nice that's recruit because then it's like, you know, especially if it happens later in the game, your recruit is still worth, and that's why I like that mechanically, that your recruit doesn't just clog your deck up after you've kind of gotten stuff. You're not going to waste turns not being able to take stuff out. So I like that. And then this is cool because this Ancient One card gives you recruit. So you're like, oh, I have a villain I can't fight. Especially if it's like, this is one of the first cards you get. Henchman villain comes in. I don't have enough attack, but I've got 5 recruit. That happens. Throw them in the Astral Plane, use it to take out part of it, and then get a sidekick. So that's pretty cool. Nightmare, our first mastermind here. And I can't even read this text, so I'm going to try to zoom in on his. 6 attack, 6 victory points. It says, when you fight Nightmare in the Astral Plane, instead of revealing a tactic, KO one of your heroes, and Nightmare moves to the mastermind space. What the heck? He always leads the Fear Lords. Nightmare enters the Astral Plane. This is his Master Strike. What is happening? If he was already there, each other player discards a random card, and then if he escapes, each other player carries one of their non-great heroes and move them to the mastermind space. So that's cool. And then we have War for the Dream Dimension, which is a scheme. 7 twists, add an extra villain group. I like that. Reveal the top 2 cards. Okay, I don't know what's happening with this stuff, so we're just going to go back to reading this. Reveal the top 2 cards of the villain deck. The villain you reveal with the highest printed attack enters the Astral Plane. It does not do any ambush abilities. If you reveal a second villain this way, that villain enters the city. Put the rest of the cards revealed back in any order, and evil wins when there are 3 or more villains per player in the escape pile or the villain deck runs out. So I like that. The Mastermind Nightmare can also enter the Astral Plane. So here's some things about Nightmare. So while there, he can only be fought with recruit, not attack. I'm assuming that's what that means. If he escapes the Astral Plane, you do all the normal effects of a villain escaping. Makes sense. Then do his escape ability written on Nightmare. The Astral Plane is not a city space. It's not adjacent to any place. Card effects can't swap or move villains. An Astral Plane, and then to the Astral Plane unless explicitly mentioned the Astral Plane. Villains do ambush effects when they enter the city. The Astral Plane is not part of the city, so they don't do the effects. Okay, cool. So that's going to be it, I guess. I have a couple videos coming out this weekend, and then I'll see you guys when this comes out. But yes, this is actually going to be very, very fun. I'm super duper excited about this. I'll actually have to start filming with the... We'll have to do some of the Astral Plane, because if it's on the other side of the villain deck, we're not seeing it in gameplay. We'll have to figure something out for that. So I may put it above somewhere. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys on Friday with another playthrough. Thank you. Bye-bye.